The warm-up is there has been a terrible tanker accident off the coast of California that spilled some oil into the ocean. Find the area of the oil slick after 4 hours. This is a composition of a function because in order to find the area, we need the radius over time. So it's a composition. We're going to use the answer to the first graph to find the answer in the second graph. So composition of functions. So after 4 hours, let's start with the radius. What is the radius after 4 hours according to the graph? And let me move this over. Use my line tool. All right, so after 4 hours, the radius is about 1.5 kilometers. Okay, so if that's the radius, let's find the area. Here's 1.5 kilometers. And the area of the oil spill is about 4. And this is 4 kilometers. And this should be squared. Okay, so that's a composition of function. We use time to find the radius, and then that radius to find the area. So just to review composition of functions, a composition of functions using the answer from the inside function to find the answer of the outside function. So it's using the domain of the range of the first function as the domain of the second function, plugging in to find the range. So let's do it again for several review type problems like we looked at yesterday. So first, from a table or set of points, the functions f and g are defined by these sets of input and output values. Find the following. Find g of f of 4. So this means if x is 4 in the f function, what's the y value? So here it is. The y value is -2. So now we're going to find g of -2. So now in the second one, the x value is -2. What's the y value? And it's 7. So we say g of f of 4 equals 7. And that's our answer. Let's try another one. Find g of f of 6. So it's f of 6. We look for when the x value is 6. The y value is 10. So now we want to find g of 10. And in the second function, when the x value is 10, what's the y value? It's 3. So we say g of f of 6 equals 3. Okay, let's do a few more. Find f of g of 9. So now we're starting the g function when g of x is when the x value is 9 in the g function. The y value is 0. So now we want f of 0. Look in the f function when x is 0, I should say, the y value is 3. So we say f of g of 9 is 3. And last one, let's do f of g of -4. So start with g of -4 when the x value is -4 in the g function. The y value is -2. So now we want f of -2. So take a look in the top function. When x is -2, the y value is 5. So f of g of -4 is 5. All right, so that was from a table or from a set of points. Now let's look at doing a composition of functions from equations. So first step, find g of 3. All right, g of 3 just means plug in 3 for every x value in the g function. So we have 1 minus 5 times 3, which would be 1 minus 15, which would be -14. So this is -14. We're going to plug that in right here, and we're going to find f of -14. So plug that in, we'll have 3 times -14 plus 4. Grab my calculator here. So -3 times -14 is 42. 42 plus 4 equals 46. So we say f of g of 3 equals 46. So use the answer from the inside function to plug in and find the answer of your outside function. Okay, we haven't done it symbolically though, so let's try that. I'll move this down. I'll move it right here. All right, find f of g of x. So g of x is this guy. It's just substitution. We're going to plug that in place of x in the f function. So here's what it looks like. We have our -3 from the x function, and we're going to plug in g of x for x. 1 minus 5x, and we have the plus 4. So now we'll distribute, and we're going to get an equation answer. So when you have g of x in here, you'll get an equation answer, not a number answer. You'll get -3 plus 15x plus 4 from right here Let's combine like terms. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1. So we're going to say f of g of x, an equation answer, is 1 plus 15x. So f of g of x means plug in your g function into x, into the f of x function. Find the new function. Let's try it the other way around. G of f of x. I'm just going to write it up here. Okay, so let's find g of f of x. Okay, this time we're going to take f of x, and we're going to plug that in to this x right here, into the g of x function. So it looks like this, 1 minus 5, but plug instead of x, we're going to plug in negative 3x plus 4. Okay, like the other one, we're going to get an equation answer. We'll distribute, combine like terms, we'll get 1 plus 15x minus 4. 1 minus 4 is negative 3, so negative 3 plus 15x. So g of f of x equals negative 3 plus 15x. So it's just taking one function and plugging it into x in the outside function, simplifying and getting a new function for your answer. Okay, and review. What is the equation of the following function? Okay, so we know it's absolute value. Here's the parent function, y equals the absolute value of x. But the vertex shifts. It shifts to 4, 1. Or right 4, up 1. And the slope is different too. So to find the slope, it looks like it's going down. It's negative 1 over 3. So here's what it'll look like. Y equals negative 1/3. There's your slope, x. And we went to the right 4, so x minus 4. And then we went up 1, so plus 1. Okay, so try more composition of functions and review problems today, and we'll go over any questions tomorrow.